Doctors use a few strategies to try to maximize the PSLF amount forgiven. The first one, and probably most important one, is to enroll in an income-driven repayment program, or an IDR program, and start making payments as soon as you can, usually right after you graduate from medical school. By consolidating your loans all together just as you graduate, you can skip out of that 6-month waiting period. You actually don't want a 6-month waiting period. You want to be making those tiny IDR payments. They're usually $0 IDR payments at that point, especially if you filed taxes that 4th year of medical school showing you had no income. And that basically means that you are increasing the percentage of payments that are made while your income and thus your payments are low. The next thing you can do to maximize the amount forgiven is to contribute to tax-deferred retirement accounts during residency. Now, the usual rule is to contribute to Roth accounts during residency. But if you're really trying to maximize how much you get forgiven via public service loan forgiveness, you can actually use tax-deferred retirement accounts, both for you and a spouse, if any, to lower that income, lower your overall income, and thus your adjusted gross income, and thus your discretionary income, which is what they calculate those IDR payments off of. If you're married to a high earner, and a high earner may just be another resident, it might also be advantageous to file your taxes as married, filing separately while you're enrolled in an IDR program. This might increase your tax burden, but it can significantly reduce your student loan payment via an IDR program. The longer your training period, the more you are likely to get forgiven. If you do a 5-year residency and a 2-year fellowship and another 1-year fellowship, you might only be making real payments for a couple of years. And so the vast majority of your student loan burden is going to be forgiven through public service loan forgiveness. Remember that private student loans are never eligible for public service loan forgiveness. The best strategy for managing those usually involves refinancing them to a lower rate as soon as possible, even as an intern, and then paying them off early in your career. There are several lenders that allow just $100 payments during training, which can be even less than what you get through the federal IDR programs. If you find this whole subject to be very confusing and need some advice, you might want to check out our recommended resource for student loan advice, which is studentloanadvice.com. Andrew Paulson there can meet with you for an hour, and for just a few $100s can make sure that you are doing the right thing with your student loans and can get all the benefits that are coming to you. Hope that's helpful.
My dad, your host, Dr. Dahl, is a practicing emergency physician, blogger, author, and podcaster. He is not a licensed accountant, attorney, or financial advisor, so this podcast is for your entertainment and information only and should not be considered official, personalized financial advice.